What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again with Monday's 6-game slate. I got it broken down for you with my Money 6, my favorite plays and values on the slate. Guys, to build a really good core round and put it on your radar. I mean, you don't have to go with all these guys. Maybe if you want to just pick out one, maybe if you just want to hear some plays to fade or anything you want to do with these players, but I got it broken down for you. Like I said, I'm really excited about these plays. So before we get going, if you could drop a like in the video, greatly appreciated always. Let's see if we can hit a goal of 150 likes. If we could do that, thank you. Means a lot. Also, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, do so now so you don't miss out on any more NBA DFS picks of the day. Let's hop right into it, though. So first guy up is going to be Russell Westbrook. I think James Harden is obviously going to garner a ton of ownership. Good matchup, but his price tag is going up, and I feel like he has been pretty volatile this year. He's been pretty up and down. If you look at his game log, like he's had some stinkers in there. I mean, he had 40 DraftKings points against the same Pelicans team the first time out. So there was something they were doing to him defensively that really kind of bothered him. Against Brooklyn, 2 for 16. He has kind of broken out of that funk, but it is still a team where he's playing with Russell Westbrook on his offense, who can really take away some rebounds and some potential assists away from him. It's been kind of reverse roles recently with Harden really filling it up more, but I think Westbrook in this kind of game atmosphere and just this game in general, really fast-paced game, really high scoring, I feel like Westbrook can just do enough to fill it up here in this game, flirt with another triple-double hopefully, and just pray that James Harden, with this core of Westbrook as the top guy, pray that Harden has one of those bad shooting nights again, and Westbrook kind of is more involved in the offense and kind of maybe taking away a few more shots from James Harden. So at 8,800, I think Westbrook can get back to his old ways of filling it up like always. And at 8,800, this is probably the cheapest we'll see Russell Westbrook. I mean, if I don't expect him to continue to be doing this bad as he has been the last few games, it's still Russell Westbrook, talking about a guy that averaged a triple-double in a whole NBA season. Even though he has James Harden around him, there's not many pieces on this Rockets offense that really requires the ball in their hands at all, maybe besides Eric Gordon, who's been really cold this year. But Russell Westbrook, I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy and hope that James Harden has a bad night and Russell Westbrook wakes up in a really good game for him. And for my second guy, I'm going to go with Brandon Ingram. This guy's been very consistent this year outside of the game against OKC, where he only played 13 minutes. He's gotten at least 40 DraftKings points in every single game except one, where he got 35 against Denver and still had a pretty solid game. Just the rebounds were down. But this game against Houston, for whatever reason, he was able to put up 15 rebounds, probably because the game is so fast-paced, Harden chucking up shots where it gives him more potential to get some more rebounds, and they do kind of go smaller, so maybe Ingram was playing a little bit more of like power forward, maybe just more position to get some rebounds there. So I think the same thing goes there. Like I said, definitely my favorite game to target, just with the amount of scoring I think is going to happen in this game. Both these teams haven't played much defense at all. Their scoring in their games have been like 120 to 130. Even that Houston game against the Wizards where it was like 159 to 158. These teams don't play much defense. So at 7,800, we're targeting two of the top three scorers in this game, with excluding James Harden. Like I said, if he just has a bad night, I think Ingram and Westbrook as a top core could really pay off well if both of them return the ability they have in this kind of game atmosphere. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy. Then I'm going to go with Jrue Holiday in that same game. Without Lonzo Ball, Jrue Holiday has to be more involved, has to be getting some more assists, and I think he can be that secondary scoring option. He has been a little bit better recently, had a really terrible start to the year for whatever reason, was really struggling with this shot. But in this game, and he actually recently hasn't been too bad outside of this one game against OKC. He's had 41, 39, 38, and 40. And for whatever reason, his price went down to 7,400. Don't really understand that. I think he can easily get us over 40 DraftKings points in this kind of game, where he's going to be playing 36 minutes typically, something around there again here in this game if it stays close. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there to really fill up that game, because it's really going to be a game I think you want to target here tonight. And for Jaylen Brown, really good spot for him as well. With Gordon Hayward, he's out for a little while here with a fractured left hand, probably like 6 weeks, whatever they said. So Jaylen Brown is really going to be the guy I think that steps up with how good Gordon Hayward was playing. He was averaging like 20 points per game before he went out. And Jaylen Brown, he was out with the illness for a little while, but he came back in right when he was actually doing good before Gordon Hayward even got hurt, but even continuously after Hayward was out. 30 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists in 32 minutes. And that game was kind of a blowout. He only played 32 minutes. I think he honestly could get closer to 35, 36 minutes. With Gordon Hayward out of the lineup, he can play some small forward, he can play some shooting guard as well. So it can be a little versatile there, similar to what Gordon Hayward can be in the lineup. So at 6,300 here, Dallas, not a great defense, kind of a middle-of-the-pack defense. I think Jaylen Brown can really drive to the hoop here. Dallas, Porzingis is a solid shot blocker, but he is kind of a thinner frame where Jaylen Brown, I think, can still get some good drives to the hoop here. Maybe get some more rebounds with Hayward. Hayward was filling it up with his game logs. I mean, he had a good amount of assists, good amount of rebounds. Hopefully, Jaylen Brown can continue to see some more rebounds and be able to fill it up a little bit more here in this kind of game with him getting some more run at the small forward, like I said. So at 6,300, more usage coming his way, more rebounds, more potential rebounds. I like him. Did I say rebounds twice? More minutes, more usage, more rebounds. Those are the key kind of things I'm looking at for Jaylen Brown. And his price tag didn't go up that much, 6,300. I still think he can return some good value in that. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fourth guy. For another guy that gets a benefit of an injury, VanVleet with no Kyle Lowry. I mean, VanVleet, it's not a great matchup. Patrick Beverley, I think, could give him some trouble, but just the assist rate he could have in this game can be very good, as he's going to be running the show. He's going to have the ball in his hands a good amount as a facilitator. He's kind of like him and Lowry, kind of the two facilitators on a team when they were playing together. But without Lowry, the ball is going to be in VanVleet's hands a lot. He's going to have to play a ton of minutes like he has been already this year. With like 40 minutes in some of these games, 39 minutes. And he hasn't even been shooting that well, but it's just that he's been filling it up enough where he's able to have a solid floor. And I think he has the added upside with more potential shots in this game. Without Kyle Lowry, another game here that does have the potential to be pretty high scoring. I think this is another game that you could target. There is some potential upside with Siakam. Obviously, Kawhi has been able to fill it up a little bit more recently. And VanVleet, I think, can step up too. If Kawhi kind of takes on the challenge of defending Siakam, then obviously that can make VanVleet more of a go-to guy in this game, as I think Kawhi could obviously give Siakam some trouble, as he has the length that kind of guards Siakam. So at 6,900, I'm going to go ahead and lock in VanVleet as my fourth guy. And for a value guy, we're going to have to go with Boucher here at 3,400. Obviously, a risky play, but another guy that I think could step in with the injury to Serge Ibaka. I mean, he's going to be taking over the backup center role. Serge Ibaka had been playing, let's see, for exactly the amount of minutes he's been playing this year. He's been averaging 22 minutes a game. So, I mean, Boucher, do I think he's going to get exactly 22 minutes off the bench? Probably not, maybe 15 to 18 or so. He had 13 minutes or 14 minutes, I guess he rounded up the other night. I'm not sure if that was a blowout. I didn't look fully into it, but obviously this is a play I might have to update if anything changes, as news can drop during the day that opens up some more value. And also, I'm recording this Sunday night, and the Toronto Raptors are about to play against the Lakers here tonight. So depending on how many minutes he gets in that game could determine how well I'm feeling about the play after that. Like if he only gets 3 minutes, obviously I'm not going to continue with him as a legitimate play, because that's just way too risky with him getting 3 minutes the night before. So 3,400 though at the moment, with him stepping in, with Serge Ibaka being out, he has had some solid moments in his career so far. Just whether it's been in like the summer camp or summer league, whatever, and some highlight kind of plays. He does have the athleticism, really lanky guy that can shoot a little bit, can be a solid shot blocker and rebounder. And like we saw the other night, I mean, he had 8 rebounds in 14 minutes and 5 points, despite shooting 1 for 6, put up 20 DraftKings points. So, I mean, 3,400 could return some solid value and be a solid little play. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there for now. Like I said, though, I might have to update that if the trend doesn't go that well for him against the Lakers on Sunday night. So keep a lookout on that at MoneyWebby on Twitter. I'll update that if I have to. But that's the money 6. You got Westbrook, Jrue Holiday, Ingram. You got that stack of that Rockets Pelicans game, which I think people are obviously going to be highly on. But I think it's a game that you kind of have to target, because it could really just, if you're not in that game, you could just lose all your money, just because it's going to be so good of a game, I think. And then Boucher, Jaylen Brown, and VanVleet to round it off. So I hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like in the video. Over 150 likes is the goal. If we can hit that, thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, like I said before. But good luck here. You can comment any questions you have down below. Comment maybe your favorite plays on the slate, and I can let you know what I think of them as well. But smaller slates, so not many different options, obviously. But good luck. We'll see you back here again next time.